Empaths, hello and welcome back to this channel. I hope that all of you, at the time you see this video, are experiencing bliss, joy, and happiness. And if life is difficult at this time, may you remember all that you are capable of. May you remember why you came, why you're here, and may you reclaim your sovereignty and then reactivate all of your power for the highest light, sending you so much love, so many blessings, so much honor and respect. If you are an empath, you are my family, my soul family. You are my tribe, and we are in this together, even though at times it can truly feel like a lonely journey, or at least, if not lonely, that you are alone in your experience, in that you feel things, hear things, see things, know things, sometimes that your community or family are oblivious to. So when you meet other empaths, when you find your tribe, it's such a blessing to be witnessed and to feel known and seen. And so, although I may not see you, physically, I do see you energetically. I see you, empaths. I feel you. I feel your energy. Those of you that are holding the line, those of you that are holding the light and doing it with integrity and kindness and compassion and empathy, and also setting boundaries and going into your cave and hibernating as long as you need to so that you can recharge your battery, and then coming out with a beauty and a pristine nature rather than toxicity. This world that we're living in can be really challenging, right? And so if we as empaths, because we naturally absorb so much, if we don't go into the metaphorical cave, the space in the heart, to realign and reconfigure and release what no longer serves, we can come out, we can end up a little bit bitter and edgy. And, this is where we go into being dark empaths, mean empaths, nasty, bitter, jaded, screw the people empaths, when we aren't really practicing radical and beautiful self-care. So I strongly encourage all of you to practice self-care as you're holding the light, and stay in nature, move away from drama, get away from those things that are edgy or abrasive or contaminants to your beautiful, beautiful energy signature. And again, I want to say I see you and I witness you energetically. I feel the pulse of our empath collective, and you're so beautiful. The collective is beautiful. You're so lovely in a world that can be so dark at times and can be so strange and even scary and unfair. And here you are, beautiful ones. You are holding the light with your prayers and your essence and your loveliness. And I want to say thank you so much. I literally feel you so much in the heart chakra, and a little bit of solar plexus chakra. I feel your energy. I feel the pulse of our collective, and we are a beautiful luminous beacon of light to this world. And together we are so strong. Individually, we're already strong, but together we are bringing something beautiful, something pristine, something magical, something sacred to our planet. So thank you. Thank you, my loves. Thank you, family. Thank you, soul family, for showing up and holding your positions and holding the light. It is not for naught. It is not in vain. You are truly helping the planet. You are bringing balance, and you are restoring encouragement, inspiration, and hope. You are the wisdom of the divine as an illustrated sermon. Your life is an illustration of all that is possible as you continue to practice self-care and be in a space of kindness and love and empathy despite everything that's going on in our planet. You are really strengthening the planet. So thank you. Much love to all of you. Okay, so today we're talking about manifestation, and manifesting is it's such a popular topic, and everybody has their way of doing their manifestation. There's so many rituals and so many chants and so many affirmations and so many steps and so many seminars and all that, right? I want to come at it from a little bit of a different angle. So, as empaths, we've basically been manifesting from the time we were very young, even if we didn't realize this. We feel the energy and emotional intensity of the people, animals, and environment that is around us. And the reason that we feel those symptoms and that others are experiencing is because as empaths, we naturally absorb, the energy, right, that is in our field. So we absorb that energy and then we manifest that particular energy. We mirror that energy back into our experience, and therefore we then feel it into our experience. So that's part of our learning curves as empaths, is to learn to observe but not absorb, and to integrate what we're experiencing so that we know what to transmute, so that we know what to recode, so that we know what needs healing. But it's not our responsibility to just absorb the difficult energies in our environment and just hold on to them, right? We're supposed to transmute, recode, up level the energy, shift of the circumstances to higher light always. That's why we're here. So, as we learn to filter the energy out of us so that it doesn't get lodged in us, then we're really, really able to do our work in the most pristine way. I saw a post recently that was directed to empaths that said, empaths observe the energy, but don't absorb the energy. And I love that. I just love, love, love that. So we have to protect ourselves and use the energy of spirit to do our mission assignments. But the fact that we have the power to intensely witness and feel another person's energy, to feel what they're feeling, to sometimes literally palpably physically feel what they're feeling. That happens to me a lot. I'll get headaches, or I'll get a pain, or I'll get a this, or I'll get a that. And I know it's somebody near me that's experiencing that symptom. And so thank goodness I know how to send love and light to them, transmute the energy, and pull it out of me. Because no, you are not getting stuck in this temple. Not happening. So I use the energy of spirit to be able to see clearly, to dial into, what is this? Why am I feeling this pain in my neck? That happens a lot when I'm working with clients. And they're talking about their traumas or their difficulties. I will literally begin to feel the tension where they're feeling it. And I'll just say, okay, are you experiencing pain in your left shoulder? Are you experiencing neck tension? Or, are you feeling something in your chest or your stomach? And usually they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, let's clear that energy, because I don't want to feel it either. Let's clear it. Let's clear it from you. Let's clear it from me. Let's clear it from the environment. So the fact that we can feel, though, so intensely, palpably, physically, physiologically feel another person's energy or experience proves that we can manifest anything. This is what makes us so powerful as empaths. We can manifest the pain, or we can manifest the prosperity, right? We can manifest the chaos, or we can manifest the blessings. So part of our learning curve is to learn to lean into the energy of spirit and call on spirit and, utilize spirit's energy so that we can manifest anything that we ask for in the moment. As long as it's aligned with the divine plan, we are natural, automatic manifestors. The fact that we absorb energy so intensely, we can transmute it, we can recode it, we can up-level it, we can dissipate it, we can disintegrate it, we can deactivate it. This is how powerful we are, empaths. And we can also ask for the divine to give us the spiritual blessing and the energy and the foresight, insight, et cetera, to be able to manifest anything that we want, as long as it aligns with the divine sacred plan. So I'm not going to take this video to tell you how to manifest, because I actually think it's different for everyone. I know everyone has their steps, and there are many different teachers that have their protocols for manifesting. And I'm not going to say that they don't work. I just think that there's so many different ways to manifest. And I feel like that's part of our learning curve as empaths, and as well as, light workers, star seeds, and humans that are high conscious, choosing to utilize their light to manifest good things. It's our learning curve, it's our adventure, it's our experience, it's our blessing to learn the different ways, finesse our own energy, and learn the different ways to manifest in the highest light, those things that serve the highest good. So some people use affirmations, some people love vision boards, some people love chants, mantras, and prayers. Some people journal what they want to create something, a vision, and then they let it marinate in the subconscious mind for a while. And then they just expect it to show up in their experience. Some people use wishing paper. There's so many fun, creative, exciting ways to manifest. I personally have manifested several wonderful things in my life. And today I want to share a few of those things that I manifested. What I manifested isn't as important, as how I manifested. So I want to share some of the things that I've done just to give you a glimpse into ways that we can manifest. This is not an exhaustive list. I'm not sharing every single thing I've manifested, because I've manifested a ton of amazing things in my life, but I want to just share a few things. Okay. So here we go. And this is just to maybe spark, your antennas, just to activate some energy and excitement in your own life, so that you can think of all of the different ways that you might be able to manifest the different things that you want to bring into your experience, as long as they serve the highest light. All right. So when I was a teenager, one of my cats went missing, and he was gone for 4 days. And I really loved my cat. And I was really nervous. We lived in a community where there were lots of coyotes, and I was a little nervous that maybe a coyote had gotten to him, because he loved to go out at night, but he would always come back, and just meow. He'd come to my window, or I'd hear him meowing outside, and I was the one who'd go and open the door and let him in. But he didn't come back night after night for 4 nights, and this really made me nervous. And so I prayed about the cat, and I was like, "Where's my cat?" And is my cat safe? And I had a dream that my cat had died, and that the rigor mortis had even set in. And that made me really, really sad, because, I'd been psychic since I was a little girl. So when I see things, I usually take it literally. It's either literal or symbolic, but either way, I knew something wasn't good. Death, was death. Although we know, those of us that are enlightened realize that death is just the cycle of life, and it always also refers to rebirth. So that's another way of looking at death. It always coincides with rebirth. So anyway, I had the dream that the rigor mortis set in. This was very disturbing. I was discouraged. And so I prayed again. At that time in my life, I was raised a particular religion, and we went from that particular religion to a kind of another facet in that religion, another type, like another, I don't know what you'd call it. Still the same faith, but another type of that faith. And so I wasn't really meditating at the time. My relationship with spirit was more like prayers or just talking. And which is still meditation, right? There's different ways we meditate, but meditation, real advanced meditation, is more about mindfulness and being in the space and connecting with the divine and being in the stillness, and being the observer and those types of things. But in any event, after seeing the rigor mortis set in, I prayed again, and I just said, if there's any way for my cat to return back to me, please let it be done. And please protect my cat. Please keep my cat safe from harm. Please keep my cat safe from death. So that was probably like the 4th day that I prayed that prayer. And then I went to sleep. I woke up early in the morning, like 5 a.m. I was laying in my bed, and then I went back to sleep. And when I went back to sleep, I had another dream that my cat was sitting at the back door, on the porch, like at the back door. I woke up from that dream. I woke up maybe like around 7 a.m. I opened my eyes and I just knew my cat was there. I just knew. And I ran downstairs and I ran to the back porch and I opened the door and my cat was right there. And so I don't know what my cat endured over those 4 days because he didn't tell me, but I don't think it was good. And I don't think it was going to end well. And so after 4 days and having that dream, I feel like, spirit brought my cat back. I feel the dream of the rigor mortis was showing me that he wasn't in a good place and that it could end up being not good. And so not like it could end up being worse. So this is such an important thing for us to remember, dear empaths, because I've been seeing visions since I was a very little kid, and most of them are very positive and happy and upbeat, but sometimes they do involve death. And it's very important for us to remember that the vision we see isn't the end all be all. We still have time sometimes to transmute a situation and up level it to higher experiences. Like, I wasn't even going to talk about this, but there was this lady in Texas. I used to travel a lot when I was 17. I was a dance teacher and I taught kids all over the country dance for like their Easter programs and their Christmas programs and things like that. So I was in Texas and I'd met this woman who had spinal bifida and other issues, and she'd lost the taste in her mouth. And while I was visiting Texas, I heard she was in the hospital. And so I made her a lemon cream pie. I don't know why. I just felt like I was supposed to make her this fresh lemon cream pie. That was back in the day when I used to eat dairy. But anyway, I took the pie to the hospital and sat with this woman and prayed with her. I didn't even know her very well, but there was some kind of connection. And she wanted her to eat a slice of pie right then and there. And she asked the nurses to get her a plate and get her a knife and get her a fork. And we cut her a slice of the pie. She wanted to eat it in the hospital. And she was like, this is so good. And she was like, I taste the lemon. And this was, pre-coronavirus, where people were losing their smell and taste. This was many, many years ago. I was 17. And she was like, I can taste the lemon. I had grated fresh lemon peel and in the pie, and she could taste the lemon. And so I was there for a few weeks, and then I went back home to California, and I got word from some other people that she was claiming she was healed from spinal bifida and that my pie had healed her and that she could smell. And, she went to the church and gave a testimony that she had been healed and all this stuff. And I was like, whoa, the point is this: bad situations can be transmuted. That's part of our work, Empath. And I'm not saying I healed the woman. I don't have any medical reports to prove that, but I know what she told people. And I'm that's a blessing, right? The pie certainly was blessed. It was certainly gifted to me from spirit to make that specific thing for her, because I love to bake. I cooked all kinds of stuff, not only sweets, but lots of things. And back in the day, I was big time baker, cooker, all that stuff. And that was what I was inspired to make for her. And she claimed it was a blessing. So don't forget, even if it looks like circumstances are bad, we can transmute it, we can shift it. And spirit loves to be creative. So be in your creative energy. It's not always, doing the traditional healing things. In this case, it was a pie. All right. And then, with my cat, just praying, even though I'd seen the rigor mortis, not accepting that as the end situation, the final say. No, when we are as spiritual beings, there's always a higher way to up level. There's always an opportunity to transmute energy. Okay. Second, this will be the third example. When I went to college as an undergrad, I was 18 years old, and I had a roommate living in the dorm. And one weekend I went home, and when I was at home, I think it might have been like Saturday night or Sunday night or something, I had a vision. One of my very first open visions. So I had been psychic. I'd have psychic dreams that would come true, and I'd have knowings. I've always been cognizant. I've always been claircognizant, and I've been clairsentient. I could feel things, and I've been clairaudient in the sense that I can hear frequencies and I can interpret those frequencies into intelligible language. I wasn't so clairvoyant for a long time. I mean, I could see things in my mind's eye, but I didn't see energies and auras for a long time. It took some time before I could see energies and auras like with my eyes. So this was an open vision, and this is what it started off like. I was laying in my bed, I was asleep, and it was it was black. Okay, so I'm going to put my hands like this. So imagine if you were to look, you have your hands closed tight, and you all of a sudden a kaleidoscope begins to open. Okay, so this is what it was like for me: a portal open, and I began. At first, there was all this light, bright lights, bright, beautiful, luminous lights, and it slowly opened like this into a circular portal, and then it opened up like this, and I saw be in front of the beautiful white shimmery light a very clear image of my roommate in my dorm. And I saw her getting a phone call from a medical doctor, and the medical doctor saying, "We're with your mother and she's not doing well." Her mother had a few different debilitating conditions. She's not doing well, and we don't expect her to live past the night. If you can get here to say your goodbye, please do. Please come. And then as soon as I saw that and heard that, I literally heard the doctor telling my roommate this, and then it closed up. Okay. And I woke up and I was kind of freaked out. I pondered it a little bit. The next day I told my mom, and my mom was like, "Wow, you should probably pray for your roommate." And so I did, and didn't think anything more of it. Went home, or went back to my dorm, drove late, like the next day, drove late, got in late, and was in my dorm room unpacking my stuff. And I was there for like maybe an hour. And another friend was in our dorm room with my roommate when the phone rang. And exactly how I saw it play out in the kaleidoscope portal vision, it played out exactly that way. The doctor's telling her, "We're with your mom. She's not going to live past the night. If you can come here, please, if you can fly out, whatever you've got to do, you need to get here." And I freaked the what out, because I'm 18 and I'm like, how the heck? I saw that. Oh my God, I saw it exactly like that. And now I'm scared because I'm thinking, oh my God, did I make that happen? Like, am I a witch? Am I a bad witch? I'm okay with being a good witch, but am I a bad witch? Did I make that happen? I was so scared. And so they were on the phone, and I didn't have a cell phone at that time. So I ran down to like our hall. We had a payphone. I called my mom. I'm freaking out. She's like, "Oh my God." And she's like, "Let's call the pastor." She called the pastor of her church. Pastor prayed with me and was like, "Eileen, you've been called to this. God called you to this. This is what you're supposed to do. And you got to buck up. You got to man up. You got to go back into that dorm room, and you got to be there for your roommate. Pray with her and let her know all is well and everything's going to work out in divine timing." I'm like, okay. So I did that, went back, prayed with my roommate, and somehow she got on the phone with her mom. We prayed with her mother. My roommate went out to be with her mom. And to make a long story short, her mother didn't die that night. Her mother was still on the planet for about another year and a half, which allowed my roommate to spend a lot of quality time with her mom. She left school to go be with her mom, and her mom did die about a year and a half later. And so we were given more time and grace for my roommate to be with her mom. But that was an experience where I saw it happen. Okay, I'm going to keep going. So I wanted to go to Europe to volunteer. There was an organization that I really wanted to volunteer for, and I needed $2,000. I only had $500, and although I was working full time, I was also paying for college, and I didn't know how I was going to do this. It was a summer trip, and I needed $2,000, and I had $500. So I prayed and I asked, "What can I do to make money super fast and make it easily?" And I was gifted. The universe gave me, literally said, "Ask 100 people to donate $15. And I was like, oh. And so that took the pressure off of me focusing on the lump sum of $1,500. oh, I know 100 people between like the neighbors, community, high school professors, teachers, all the people like church. I know a lot of people. I know 100. I know at least 100. I know more than 100. So I wrote a very nice letter that the divine inspired me to write about my intentions for this summer trip to volunteer with this organization that I felt was really meaningful, and I really wanted to share my life and life force and light and help where I could. And I sent the letter out to 100 people. To make a long story short, only 48 of the 100 people responded. So there's 52 people that basically just didn't even respond. Okay, they said nothing. They didn't even say, oh, good luck with everything. I don't have the resources. None of that. Okay. There were maybe a couple of people that literally donated $15. Everybody else of the 48 that did respond, they gave me so much money that I needed $2,000. I ended up with $3,000, and I already had 500. So such a blessing. I ended up having more than enough money for my lodging and my flight. And, it was just an incredible experience, because something that I really wanted to do, something I wanted to manifest, and it did align with the divine plan for my life. It showed up in my experience in such a beautiful way, because Spirit, the divine, gave me a plan that was very, very doable, very, very easy. $15 is non-threatening to people for the most part. And of the 48, what Spirit showed me was, Spirit told me ask 100 people, so I just did that, but I didn't even need 100 people. 48 was enough. That was the number. And they gave so much. They were such a blessing that, it ended up being exactly more than what I needed. Okay, another example. So I've been to Europe many, many times. I've been to many, many countries, and I've been to France like 4 times. And so there was a time when I wanted to go to France, and this particular time I wanted to go, I think it was my last trip, I wanted to go first class. And I didn't really have first class money. My money was tied up, and first class was really expensive. And I was like, oh, I really want to go. So I wrote it in my vision journal. I really would love to go to France first class. I'd love to fly to France first class and just have a beautiful first class experience. But, it got closer and closer to the time for me to purchase a ticket. And so I just bought the ticket. I bought an economy ticket, and I didn't think any more about it. I was really excited about the trip, and I was so excited to be going to France again. And I was going to be staying in a great hotel and hooking up with a bunch of friends, and just, we were going to, travel and just do a lot of fun things. So the day of the flight comes, and I'm with one of my friends, and we get there like 2.5 hours early. We check in. It was super easy, fun. We're just chilling out. And about 20 minutes before the flight, my name gets called on the mic, and they're like, could you please come to the customer service desk? And so I walk over to the customer service desk, and I'm like, what's wrong? Because I was already checked in and everything. And this beautiful French woman, even though this was in the United States, this beautiful French woman is like, I'm so sorry, madame, but we have oversold the flight, and we will not be able to accommodate you in the economy class. We have no choice but to put you in the first class section. And will this be okay for you and your travel companion to be in first class? Of course it's okay. Thank you, universe. Right? So that was amazing. Beautiful, first class trip with the reclining seats, like all the way down, and all the perks of first class with the champagne, and just so many beautiful, beautiful, beautiful experiences. One thing I will say, when you're manifesting, I should have said I want to fly to and from France first class. I forgot the from. I only said to. And so on the way back, it was economy, and that was, oh God. Anyway, after flying first class, now I only fly business class, which is, that's pretty awesome too. So that's that. And then one other thing I want to share before we end for today. So I ordered food recently from a food delivery service, and I had some trash, like I had like 2 bags of trash in my kitchen. And I had this thought because I was super busy. I was running around doing a bunch of stuff. And I had this thought, I wonder when the food delivery person comes, if they'll just take my trash out. Like if I give them like a $10 bill, I wonder if they'll just take the trash out for me. And then I don't have to worry about it. And then I thought, oh no, that they might be offended or whatever. So I never asked. So that was a couple of weeks ago. And the other day, when I was leaving my home and walking to my garage, these cute little kids rolled up on a scooter, a boy and a girl. They looked like they were about 9 and 10 years old. And the boy says to me, excuse me, ma'am, do you have any trash that needs to be taken out? My sister and I are starting a trash taking out business. And the only thing is, my mom said we can't go into the homes to get the trash. But if you put the trash out on the porch, we will take the trash out. It's $1.50. The 50 cents is for service fees. They were so cute, super cute little kids. And I was like, so do you want to start taking my trash out like on a regular basis? And where I live, the trash person comes 4 times a week. And I was like, do you even know when the trash days are? And they did. And I was like, 50 cents for service fees? And they're like, yeah, because if your bags are heavy, we have to charge. So I walked back inside and got my trash, and I only had a $5 bill. So I gave them a 5, and they were like, okay, you got 4 more free, like free. I'm like, no, it's okay. I'm going to pay you each time. But anyway, see, that's a blessing. I wanted somebody to take my trash out, and I got them, and these cute little kids. And what's really nice about that is not only does it help them get whatever little summer money that they want and learn how to be little entrepreneurs at a young age. For me, it's perpetuating my grandmother's legacy, because my grandmother was the woman in the neighborhood who would hire, the kids in the neighborhood to wash her car or to rake her lawn or to, put fertilizer in her garden in the backyard or clean out her garage. Like my grandma, I grew up watching my grandmother be that woman in the neighborhood, and my grandmother was pretty prosperous. And she liked to support the community. And so she supported the kids in the neighborhood. And I was thinking that as well recently, I don't even know who I would pay to do stuff, even though I would like to do that, but I don't know who I would. People don't always trust you, and then you can't always trust people. And here, Spirit sent me these cute little, very adorable kids, and they're taking out my trash now for $1.50. All right, my dears. So, if I was going to say one thing, these are the different ways I've manifested. I've written things down in journals. I've prayed. I've just asked for things. I've thought things. I've used vision boards. I've had vision board stuff all over walls. I've covered entire walls with pictures of things I wanted and written things. I've done so many things to create and manifest. But the one thing I would say, or 2 things I would say, is be in your bliss, be excited and joyful always, as often as you can. Be in blissful energy, be in expectant, exciting, exuberant energy. And that just keeps your foundation pure, your dials pure. You've got, the foundation laid to be able to launch high from there. And the other thing I would say is express deep gratitude for as many things that you are truly grateful for. Always be in a space of gratitude, be in your bliss and your happiness and your excitement. Be grateful. When you're grateful, the brain is not able to be focused on negative. Your nervous system is calm when you're grateful. It is a great launching point to manifest beautiful things. So I invite you, dear hearts, with regard to manifestation, to take a nice deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Ooh. Invite your angels, your ancestors, your protectors, all the divine spiritual beings you work with that love you unconditionally. Invite them to be present now. Those who have your highest good as their pure heart intention. And I invite you, if you choose, to say with me out loud, Spirit, please join this space now. Witness me now, Spirit, divine ones. My name is, and you can insert your name. So my name is Eileen, and I am the light of my soul. Breathe as you say this prayer. My intention is to create and experience the highest evolutionary unfolding of my soul's dream in my human life. Breathe. And I welcome health, abundance, wellness, and blessings in all areas of my life. I am a winner. This I know to be true. Breathe. I am a champion. This I know to be true. Breathe. I am a success, and I know this to be true. Deep breath. I activate my own manifestation magic in all important areas of my life. That's signing for all. Breathe. I ask to be recalibrated at the highest level to all that I am and all that I am capable of. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. This is who I am. This is your declaration. This is who I am. This is what I choose. And so it is. And so it shall always be in the highest light for the highest good. Mm-hmm. And you may choose to end this prayer with done or amen or ashe, whatever works for you, dear hearts. So be in your bliss, be in gratitude, manifest in the highest ways, in the highest light, with the purest heart intention, all those things that align with the divine good and the divine plan. Know that you are fully capable. You've been manifesting since you were a little kid anyway. You manifested the pain, you manifested the sorrow and the heartbreak and the loss and the loneliness and the physical pain of others. We may as well be manifesting the good stuff, right? So activate your true power. Live in your highest potential. Live in the highest light, and may you prosper. May you be abundant. May you be blessed in all ways. I can't wait to see you again. Can't wait to spend time with you energetically. And I'm sending you so much love, so much light, so many blessings, dear hearts. Mwah.